Robisnow back again with another Liftoff track. In my last video I mentioned, it was a passing comment really, but to say that there are definitely harder maps out there, because I was saying that the most of the tracks I pick to do videos for are pushing me because I'm still learning. So they're normally quite doable, but they've always got something that's a bit challenging, so I end up practicing the map a few times to get myself familiar with the moves and stuff, and then I do the video, post it up so everyone can see what the track's like, essentially is what I'm doing. But it gets me to practice, so that's what I like about doing them, and that's why I pick the ones I pick, is because there's something about them that makes them at least a little bit interesting to do the race on, because no one wants to do circles all day long because they're kind of boring. So the one I want to show you now is this Bando 2.0 Blastoff. It's one I found when I was in just a public lobby. I joined someone's public lobby on Liftoff, and this was the race they were all doing, and needless to say they were all miles better than me, and you'll see why. It's a really nice track, so do give it a shot, especially if you're good at flying. But you see, so the first move is this straight up the chimney, or through the chimney, through these windows, and I am, and then I don't know where I'm going, so and that is why I practice the tracks normally. So I think I've actually broke the quad. No, we're alive. I feel like I've lost a lot of power, but we're alive somehow. I don't know if that's actually just that's flying on two props, I think, because that yeah, that was flying on two props. So as you can see, when I don't practice these, I am terrible at them. But yeah, I'll try and get a bit further through this, and we won't try and go too fast, so I'll just, sky it for safety. But so I was saying that there are harder tracks out there. This is definitely one of them. I don't know if it was because of the pressure I was under, to perform, because there was like 5 other people racing, and they all seemed to be a lot better than me, considering I'm the only one that didn't finish. I think that says everything that needs to be said about that. But what I like about this, apart from the fact that it looks kind of cool, because they've got some buildings that's sort of half built, half abandoned, but the other thing I like about it is just that it's got that mix of, you need to be precise, and if you're going to win a race you need to be fast, so it really gives you, like, none of the moves are particularly challenging. That is a bit scary, doing that shooting up the chimney, but the rest of it is, it's not difficult, it's just you've got to be precise, and I keep going the wrong way there. I don't know why I keep doing that. But like, if you find your flow, it's a really fun one to do. I did give it a few goes the other night just to see how I would get on, but yeah, it's a fun one because it is tough. So you're practicing, and when you finally do get to pull it off, it feels great. So this bit is probably the easiest point, because you're just going backwards and forwards, but then you go through here, you've got to be quite accurate because of those gaps, and then you go through here, you do the sort of weird turned split S. I'm just guessing with the names, apologies if they're wrong. Oh gosh, and I've broken the drone, and there we go. So I'm sort of doing things properly. And again, I keep turning the wrong way out of there. That is one of the things I normally say about most maps, is they're not always clear where you've got to go, and in this instance it's not very obvious that you have to turn right and pop down there unless you already know. But that said, I do know, and I just keep forgetting to turn, so it would be nice if there was a little reminder. But essentially you can see it's a fun map because it's challenging. I like that there's lots of little spaces, because it does force you to be a bit more careful. Obviously I'm not being very careful, that's why I've broken the drone a few times. I did also see in some of the comments on on the Liftoff Facebook page that people were saying that the quads seem a little bit too overpowered now, and it does only seem to be on this drawing board map. I don't know if they've adjusted that in the patch, but you can see I took some damage there, and the quad didn't really break, apart from on the first run through. But there you go. So give that one a go. If you're good at flying, you'll like it because it's quite challenging in terms of like the small spaces and stuff. If you're not good, it gives you something to try and practice at and see if you improve. So yeah, definitely give that one a go. And the only thing I would say is if there was a way to make it a bit clearer, where you're turning out through that building the initial time, through the windows, you've got to sort of turn around and go underneath yourself. That's the only bit where it's difficult, but once you know, you know. Except for me, I'm forgetful and I constantly turn left. But there you go, good track, I enjoy it. It's probably the toughest one I've got in my library. Please, if you've got tougher ones, let me know in the comments and I'll gladly give them a go. Alright, catch you next time, take care.